This is going to be a love letter to Sling Studio. This is take 2. Try not to bust my ass. All right, 3, 2, 1. Hello everyone, and welcome to Film Sandwich. I'm Kid Ron Burgundy.
And I'm Mark.
And on today's episode, it's gonna be a love letter to Sling Studio.
A love letter. Keep your eyes closed. Don't look into some of your eyes open. Because there's no right way or wrong way. There's just my way, which is the right way. Isn't that right? Dear Sling Studio, oh, where are you? It's been a few years now since you've been around. I miss you a lot. We used to have good times. You would stream all my performances, all my events. You would seamlessly switch cameras and we'd go live together without any wires, anywhere. It was so convenient, so nice, so new. We had a really something going strong. Our relationship was building. I felt I was getting closer to you, day in and day out. Every new project we were on, every new event, every new client, I really felt we had something. But now, where are you, Sling Studio? I haven't heard anything. What are you doing? Do you still even love me? Oh, dear Sling Studio, what are you up to now? It was touching, man. Sling Studio.
You don't even own a Sling Studio. What are you like misty-eyed about?
I know, but I know you.
I own a Sling Studio, and I use it all the time. And it is a great little device. Everybody's been wondering, Sling Studio, where are you?
What's happening to you?
Why haven't you made a Sling Studio 2? It's been 4 years since you came out. 4 years.
Yesterday, this is the 4-year anniversary.
Yesterday was the 4-year anniversary of the Sling Studio's release.
This could be the 4-year anniversary party.
It could be.
Could be.
But the problem is Sling Studio, we don't know what you're doing. I mean, you have this awesome router device, right, that has everything in it.
The magic box.
And then you can attach cameras wirelessly with these camera links here, and with a 300-foot range, and we even got it farther one time.
Up to 500 feet.
That we did a little test if you elevated the router. And then you have this little guy here, which you can plug gigabit Ethernet into. It can also attach to Wi-Fi, and then it has some USB 3 slots in case you want to record to a hard drive, bring in graphics or other videos. It's pretty insane. And then you control everything. It has an interface for your iPad or any Macintosh computer. So
I'm sorry, what is that? What kind of computer?
So Macintosh.
Macintosh.
So any,
Apple. Apple.
Yeah, any Macintosh computer.
Apple computer.
That's
Macintosh.
like a desktop or a laptop.
Not Windows.
But it does not.
Not Windows.
It does not work with the iPod or the iPhone or the iPod.
That's strange.
But and it doesn't work with any Android device for the interface. Now, what's another cool feature is that aside from attaching cameras with these wireless camera links, you can also attach a phone, either an Android or iOS device. You can download an app and you can use a phone as a camera source.
And that's really cool.
That is super cool. Because there was one time I was shooting a wedding and I forgot some lenses for my cameras.
He forgot his camera altogether, just forgot his camera. Well, forgetting the lens is the same thing, really.
Yeah, I mean, I forgot the lenses I normally use, so I had to use just a couple cameras, and then my third camera I had to use my cell phone. Nice. For a wedding, and it was in a pinch. The people were calling me too, and they were like, "We couldn't get a hold of you." I was like, "I had to use it as a camera," but it worked. I mean, pretty well. And the Sling Studio does so many things. I mean, you can live stream with it. You can go directly to Facebook, YouTube, Vimeo, or you can use an RTMP link. So that means it can go anywhere.
You can throw it to restream. Plus it has graphics, lower thirds. You can run video clips.
You can add graphics. You can add lower thirds. You can add video clips. You have an SD card slot there, so you can record directly internally. Every source, you can record the program, you can record all camera sources individually, including you can record a line-in input through an 1/8" jack.
So audio in.
Right, and it'll keep them all separate, and you can get a quad recording. And if you have 4 cameras, you can get like all 4 on one screen, which I don't know why you would need that, but it's there in case you want it. You know, you can do a lot of other things too.
Playback too.
Yeah, you has replay.
Replay, yeah.
You can do replay. You can also do chroma key in there. Like if you have a green screen or blue screen and you had somebody on there, you could essentially chroma key out the green or the blue and have a different background behind them live.
And this is what's the price point when you were able to get this guy?
So if you bought the hub by itself, which you can because it actually has some different inputs here. You have a full HDMI input, so you can just plug a camera right in there without needing a camera link. It has a mini HDMI output, so you can put it out to a monitor or projector screens or whatever. Then you also have the line-in jack for audio. Then you have a USB-C, which is where that guy plugs into. And it has a battery here. I think it lasts like 2 or 3 hour battery. So if you need to be mobile, like I've taken this out to the beach and done 3 camera live streams with this thing, and it's worked great. And I didn't have to run any wires. I know that these are hard to come by. I bought this 2 years ago when the pandemic started and we were going into lockdown, and I was like, man, people are gonna want some live streaming with this.
Yeah, sure.
So I bought it as soon as I could. I spent about $2 grand and I got a couple camera links. I got this guy, I got that, I got the battery. And for about $2 grand, you got I have a whole 3 camera live package. Now the iPad is an additional expense, so whichever iPad that you buy, I have like a few year old.
So this is a camera, this is a camera, and then this is a camera.
Right.
Okay, so this is one of the cameras going to main, so 3 camera solution there.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I can connect 3 cameras here. If you get more camera links, of course you can have 4 cameras in your little live area that you can switch between, but you can have a total of 10 cameras, with 6 of them being kind of in a reserve that you can take out one of those other cameras and put that other one in.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, and what's cool, I haven't done this yet, but let's say you're shooting a wedding or something and you want to make the guests be part of the shoot, right? So you could essentially have like a little QR code set up to where they could download the app, and then they could use their phone as another camera source from like wherever they're sitting.
3 camera ops, I love it.
Yeah.
So you'll probably just get like...
Yeah, or you'll probably get people that'll only do vertical video.
Cut right in.
Right. Anyways, if you wanted to have, some interaction with some of the people or guests, that is also an option. Another cool thing is that if you record internally to the cameras that you're going live on, and you record the live internally from the Sling Studio, you can import this into Premiere. There is a Premiere Pro and a Final Cut Pro plugin that you can bring it in there, and you can bring in your internal camera footage that probably has like a better codec and higher bit rate and all that, and you can replace the stuff that you recorded here pretty easy.
So what you mean, the program stream that you cut has metadata that basically tells the program like, hey, choose camera 1, 2, and 3, and bleh, and then just does it on your timeline. That's cool.
Yeah, so essentially, say your client wanted to have like a professional quality actual recording saved, or that they use for other things, you could essentially record up to 4K, and then you can record this in a super low resolution, and then you can bring them together and it'll replace it with the 4K footage, and now you have a 4K file for your client.
Which is way cool. The other thing too is, you guys got to remember, I mean, when this came out, really nothing on the market, and even now, there's really not that much on the market. People will say, oh, you can get the A10 Pro and you can get a couple of wireless video. Well, that's true, but you still need a monitor and you still need to power that. It's not battery operated, so you still need something to put it on, some kind of battery to operate it. You need something, and when you have an iPad that kind of links it all together, especially we've used this, I think you've used this, as long as you have an internet connection that's stable, you're up and running. So when you think about people try to talk about replacing the Sling Studio, there's a lot more to it than you think. I mean, for the bang for the buck and for the form factor, the Sling Studio cannot be beat hands down.
No, we have yet to see something like he said. You can get A10 Mini and some other solutions. You can get some other wireless video, whether they be the Vaxis or the Teradex or whatever. And they all have a price tag. And it was about $2 grand. I would say with the iPad, $2,500 bucks. Because it's an older iPad. I paid about
Yeah, and who doesn't have an iPad, really?
Right.
I mean, or a tablet, honestly.
Right, or you don't even, I mean, you won't need to be able to use an Android tablet, but you could use, if you have a MacBook or a Mac desktop, I mean, that'll make you a little bit less mobile. But with the iPod, you can be very mobile.
iPad, yeah.
I go out by myself to the beach in Florida, and I shoot a 3-camera live stream.
Crazy.
By myself, no other crew members.
For $1.
And I'm able to pull it all off with the Sling Studio because I have that attached to my tripod. These are attached to cameras. This is attached to my tripod with little what do they call those, brackets? And yeah, and then I can just pick up the tripod and move over here, you know?
So how come Sling Studio, they're not returning my calls? She hasn't called us. We don't know where she's
You haven't
at.
even tried to call.
I haven't tried to call. But if I did, she
No.
wouldn't pick up the phone.
So, you know,
She's somewhere else.
this video is basically, you know, hey, Sling Studio, we love you. You're an awesome product. Mark wants to hate you, but he can't because, you know, you can get like the big Blackmagic 4K Pro switcher and all that, but you're gonna be locked down to a table.
Yeah, man. Yeah, there's a lot of wires. You guys out there, you know what I'm talking about.
You're not running out there and doing a beach wedding by yourself. I mean, they all have their place. You know, those that we use the big Blackmagic 4K Pro on the bigger shoots. But when you on a smaller shoot where you got to be more compact and mobile, this works really great. And it can stream up to 1080p 60. So if whatever platform you're on does 1080p 60, you can record it to that. I think YouTube does that. Facebook's been limited to 720 and some other places, but you know, it works really good.
Yeah,
And
so what is going on with Sling Studio?
Sling Studio,
So what's
where
the
are
rumors?
you? There's a rumor, there's a guy on Facebook, in the Facebook user group, who was saying,
His name is Guy.
Yeah,
Just Guy on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can pull it up here. All right, this guy, Peyton Foster, he contacted Sling Studio.
Thank you, Peyton Foster, for contacting.
Because he was, like the rest of us, what's going on with this
In
product?
love with her too.
Yeah, what's going on with this product? Why hasn't anything happened with it? And according to the person he talked to on the phone, they said that the product is still fully supported. They just haven't made any new products because of the microchip shortage that's happened throughout the world
so
from the
they're
pandemic.
making chips shorter now. They're not fitting because
Yeah.
their chips are shorter. For some reason, the pandemic,
Yeah.
they started making them shorter.
So anyways, it's been hard to get the hardware in order to make the product. So that's the problem that we hear is the rumor, but what we really want is an official announcement from you, Sling Studio. What's going on with you? Please tell us.
Wait, it's coming in now. The official announcement. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, it's hot off the press. Sling Studio has been bought out by Dish Network. We've got lots of money
That's old news. So
we're doing that again.
Sling Studio was initially just Sling Studio Company, and then at some point they sold it to Dish Network, and everybody's like freaking out. Like there's chatter all over Facebook, like, hey, you know, they got sold. Are they doing anything? It's just been kind of like stuck in this rut, and a lot of us are wondering what's happening with you. So if you can please, on your website, on your Facebook page, in the Sling Studio user group, say something, let us know. That way, when somebody asks us in the group, like, hey, what's going on with this product? Should I even do it? Should I jump ship? I'm jumping ship, I've already jumped ship.
Well, to float a conspiracy theory out there, I do believe that Dish Network bought it to kill it, and now will never come back, and they're just trying to do a soft breakup with all you Sling users. Soft breakup.
No, don't do it. If you make the product, we will buy it. We want a Sling Studio 2.
Dead.
We want a Sling Studio.
Bye-bye.
Please resurrect the Sling Studio. We want it to be, you know, and now, 4 years ago, this is 4 years ago technology.
Yeah.
Imagine
probably
what you
6
can
years,
make now
Yeah.
with 2022 technology.
Yeah.
You know, like maybe 4K streaming. I don't know. Maybe, you know, multiple audio inputs, maybe XLR inputs, something. We would even pay a little bit more for a little bit better, with some little bit more pro-er stuff in there.
Well, there you go. Those are our thoughts. You guys, like, let us know what your thoughts are, and you know, hit them up, man. Let's do a campaign. And, you know.
Yeah, I mean, Sling Studio, this video is to you. Please say something. Let us know what's going on.
Where are you, Mr. Sling or Mrs. Sling?
whichever way you go.
That's right.
Whichever way you go.
Non-gender binary here.
I think that's going to wrap it up today on the film sandwich discussion of the Sling Studio. Please like and subscribe. There was no money given to us by Sling Studio or anybody to make this video. These are just our thoughts and our hopes for Sling Studio.
Yep, and our thoughts count. I'm Mark.
And I'm Kid Ron Burgundy. Take it easy.
Keep your eyes closed. Don't look at some of your eyes open. Because there's no right way or wrong way. There's just my way, which is the right way. Isn't that right?